Hey YouTube, it's Jacqueline, content creator for Four Seasons Garden, and we're at week 6 of our garden update, our fall winter hydroponics update. So everything is growing amazing. We even have a little surprise for you this week. One of the plants that I thought was done and I should have already taken out the pod has surprised us. So we're going to show you that surprise on this video. So let's get started. Let's start with the lettuces. The Outrageous and the Sweetie Romaine are still going strong. I am so thrilled on how they are doing so well. And then right next to it is our Red Sails and our Paris Island. And you're also seeing our monitor, kind of where we monitor how much humidity and what the temperature is. So these are growing in a very good area in the kitchen. Do y'all see that? This cucumber is out of control. I have got to get a trellis for it. For right now, I'm just gonna put that there and let me go in and show you. There is cucumbers. I'm gonna have to lift this limb up. There is cucumbers everywhere. Look at all the flowers. Flowers mean cucumbers. Look at that little bunch right there. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cucumbers. Here's another little bunch. They are just everywhere. So really great, exciting stuff coming for our quick snack cucumber. And this one is from the, I think you can see it in there, I've labeled it the Era Garden Challenge. Wow, look, this is one of the surprises that I was talking about, the Micro Tom that I went in and cleaned off with a toothpick. All of the algae that was growing, it is now growing on its own. But do you see what I see? We have our first little tomato. It is an orange hat. That is exciting. I didn't even notice that. And I was doing all of my Friday fertilizer. Did I fill this one today? I did. I did fill it. And I didn't notice that little tomato. So we have a tomato on our orange hat. This is more orange hats here. All of these were started on October 31st. So 6 weeks later, we actually have our first little tomato. I gotta put that on camera again. Look at that. I'm so excited. This is 2 of the, let's see, the mini cherry tomato, the mighty mini cherry tomatoes, and they are doing fantabulous. Look at all those flowers. All those flowers mean tomatoes. So pretty soon I won't have to buy any more tomatoes for my salads, which will be super, super exciting. And then we will also be able to save some of the seeds from these because they're all heirloom. And as you guys know from the video I posted, I am out of orange hat because I shared those seeds with one of my viewers that won the Kahoot. Okay, we're down here with the other 4 mighty mini cherries. They're all doing well. I may need to raise a light. Let's see if I can show you that. It's almost there. We'll have to play around with it because I'll have to take this light out. This is my lights that I use for my crack key. So I might have to move this to a new home. So we'll play it by ear. I know I'm going to have to move it anyway, because I'm going to have to put my crack key over here. So mighty minis are doing well. We are over here with the Golden Harvest tomatoes. Do y'all see that middle one? I told you it'd catch up. It is doing amazing. I might have to split this one up too. We're gonna see how it goes for about another week or so. But if it gets too crowded, we may move this into its own container. Here is our sad little Napoli. Both of them have done this to me. I'm not sure why, but we went ahead and sprayed them today with a fungicide. It is OMRI approved, to see if that would help. We do have a little bud, if you can see in there. We have a little yellow bud, so it is thriving, but all the dried up leaves, there must be some type of fungus that this may be susceptible to. So I'm gonna post in the Facebook group to see if anyone notices anything different. And this one is from the AeroGarden Challenge, the Little Napoli. Here is our red velvet. It looks like I need to raise the light on this. See if I can do this while I'm on the camera. I can. So the leaves aren't touching the light. And yep, you saw it here. There is another little tomato. So we have 2 tomatoes. Oh, here's another one. See if I can show it to you. There's 2. So the tomatoes are in production. And here is more. Wow, these things seem like they popped up overnight on me. And I just moved these 2-3 days ago to their new home because the other Siams were way too tall for this area. So we moved the 2 sprouts over here. This one has, oh, I can't even see the tag. Okay, so that one is a red velvet. So this one is a Siam. So I might get a little label and put on the front here because I can't see anything back there right now. All right, more AeroGarden Challenge. These are the fairy tale eggplants. And no, I don't eat eggplants, but I figured I need to probably grow up a little bit and try to do something new. So these 2 are by AeroGarden, and these 2 were, I want to say, Seeds and Such. And then of course the extra ones are back there in that harvest. We need to give them away before they get much bigger. Wowzers, look at the peppers. They are doing amazing. Let's see if I can take you in to see if this one has any buds. It does. Let's see if I can get in here and focus. All right, looks like I have to raise the light. Give me a second. All right, we're in here. You can see the little buds. They are doing amazing in there. And you could probably see a little bit of a powder on here. It's because I sprayed these because I do not want aphids. Aphids are terrible on my peppers. I'm telling you, they can come in and destroy my peppers. So I went ahead and did a preventative spray of the same 3-in-1 by Safer OMRI approved organic spray. And I just have to do that just to protect my plants. So there is the orange Fresh Bites pepper, and then we have our yellow and our red, and there's buds in here as well. I have to raise the lights for those for you to see them, but you can see the little buds in there. More buds. Come on, focus. There you go. All right. So here is our little miracle. This is where we have our mint, and I'm going to take you in there. Look, it finally came up this week when I went to move these. I was going to go ahead and replace it, but that mint came up over 30 days. But it finally came up. My mint is doing wonderful. I need to go ahead and harvest some. My cilantro is doing awesome as well. It is time to get in there and harvest some of it as well. So we'll probably do some of that harvesting this weekend. So it allows the plant to give me more cilantro. All right, we're over here with the Siam that we had to move. Look how humongous that plant is. It's at 9 inches. We are getting every bit of 9 inches of height on this Siam. I don't see any tomatoes. I'm looking. So no tomatoes yet on this one. So, but we should be seeing some here pretty soon. We're just gonna swap the camera over here. Here's our little Napoli. It's got a little teeny bud. I'm gonna show you right there. Nothing really to report with these. This is the purple Vienna kohlrabi. We just planted these on December 7th for WIG 2025. This is triple curled parsley and flat leaf parsley and Italian parsley. And I wrote on the front just because I didn't know how long it's going to take to germinate. So 10 to 30 days for the triple curled, 21 to 28 days for the Italian, and 20 to 30 days for the flat leaf. So just showing you that we have those in there. We have another WIG 2025, hashtag 2025, and it's a tatsoi. I didn't write a marker on that one, so I'll have to go back and add that. And it looks like I forgot to put a cover on here. So we're human just like you. We forget to do things. So I will find that and cover it here shortly. Moving on to our Alaska nasturtium. Look at that. That is just amazing. It's big. I'm glad I didn't have all 4 that actually sprouted in here, because once this one right here grows to be as big as this one, this whole area is just going to be covered with flowers and with this whole plant. So we may need to move it to another container, but I think it's a flower. It's not like I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting any fruiting or anything like that. So I think we're going to leave both of them in there. And I've already covered up the holes. That one's covered. The other one down here is already covered. I had started 4 and I got 2 to germinate, and I was happy, and I was not going to wait to see like the mint if it would have popped up, because this would probably be total chaos. It's got the dianthus still going strong in that corner. I'd had the lights going for 12 hours and I actually bumped it up to 16 hours. The plants, the leaves were looking a little yellow, and I was thinking that it might need more sunlight or more light. And so after I changed it to 16 hours, big difference. And it's actually growing taller already. So adding that light makes a difference, or knowing what light schedule your plant needs makes a huge difference. So there you have it. That was quite a bit of a walkthrough. Now that we're up to, I think, 27 different units that we have, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units that we can still, that we have space for. Like, we already have them set up in a space so that we could plant in them. So we have about 6 more to go. So that would take us over 35, almost 35 units. But it's been so much fun learning different things. It took about 3.5 gallons of water of the AeroGarden nutrients with the calcium for all of our fruiting plants today. It took about 1/2 gallon for just the AeroGarden nutrients, and those are for the plants that haven't started budding. So like our Our fairy tale eggplant hasn't started budding, so that just gets straight nutrients. But I think everything else is budding, so it gets AeroGarden nutrients. Of course, our lettuce and our celery and our mint gets the Maxi Grow. And we started those other WIG systems earlier this week, so no water needed to be added to those. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment, ask any questions. And you can see behind me. Actually, I didn't have these in the count. So these two are for hashtag WIG 2025. I'll be starting these with lettuce. I'm probably going to try new lettuces that I haven't tried before. So we're going to expand our knowledge on different lettuces. I get stuck on the ones that I like, but it's time to explore others and tell you what I think about them, taste them, and you can hear the crunch, because some of them aren't quite as crunchy. As you notice, the outrages don't crunch, but your romaines, when you're harvesting those, they have a nice snappy crunch when you're harvesting those. So you're going to need to learn your lettuces, how they react. Of course, you can definitely put them in the refrigerator, and when you put them in the refrigerator, you'll get some of that crispness that you may be missing growing in hydroponics. So thank you again. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for our 7-week update.